Welcome to Avatar Nation. Avatar Nation. Avatar Nation.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday to you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. The title of my video is, or today's live, is Black Youth and Black Young Men Are Difficult and I Am Tired. And then we're going to kind of relate that to the Deion Sanders, Colorado situation in Jackson State and so forth. But I think this is a conversation that needs to really honestly be had regarding our Black youth, Black young men. And primarily when I talk about Black youth, I'm talking about Black boys, not really Black girls, to be honest. It really is focusing on Black boys and Black teens and Black young men in their 20s and so forth. And it's just that I see that the Black kids, teens, young men are very, very difficult in terms of behavioral and correction and things like that. And I'm talking from personal knowledge. I'm not talking about from observation and things like that. And I'm not saying that any other race is well behaved than the Black race, but I'm just saying what I've seen. So there was a situation today where I was offering somebody some knowledge. Um, and they act like they wanted the knowledge, but I guess when I was giving them the knowledge, actually while they were in, and while they were trying to do what they were trying to do, they began to become agitated, irate, upset, and things like that. And I'm just like, and me as a Black man, I'm like, okay, are you? Are we really taking it here? Because I felt like I was being disrespected. I felt that I was offering advice to someone who needed it, wanted it, asked for it in previous instances, and I was giving it to them. But I guess they didn't like the time in which the space in which I was giving it to them at. And you don't get the time to dictate when you get to learn and when you don't. So I just felt like, and it's happened on numerous times, on numerous occasions where I try to sit there and I try to instruct a young Black man how to do something or give them advice, and it turns into a situation where then they turn on me, or I instruct them 2 weeks, 3 weeks beforehand, and then they try to use what they learn against me. And it's just weird. And I don't have this situation with older adults, and I really don't have this situation with other races. There's only been maybe one time that I've had a situation with a white person where I tried to show them something and then they were disrespectful towards me. So I gotta understand, I gotta sit here, we gotta talk about like why? I mean, why is this happening within our race? I don't understand this. I'm conflicted, I'm bothered, I'm perturbed. And when it comes to Black men, they're very or young, well, Black youth kids, they're very demonstrative, very showing their agitation and disrespect. And I don't know what it is. But like I said, this has caused me not to want to help nobody, not to want to help no Black youth at all. And I don't care who gonna come back and hear this replay and oh man, that's wrong. You said no. The way I feel, the way I've been going through this situation for a long time, I don't want to help no Black youth because Black youth are disrespectful. They have no emotion. They have no remorse, and they carry what happened the first instance on with them for the long. Instead of letting it be bygones, instead of letting it go, they want to they want to hold on to the anger of that situation and keep it going on. Now I understand there's not a lot of daddies in the household. Okay, I understand that there's a father figure missing. But what I be damned is that you get the audacity to take your anger out on another Black man who's trying to show you something and then show your ass to him. Now, women, y'all don't really have this situation, and I know that some kids may go against their mother, but Black men are more, or Black youth, however you want to say it, Black kids are more willing to listen to a woman who's a motherly figure than they are to a Black man. Why that is, I don't know. I really don't know. And then as a black man, I feel like, okay, how do I handle this situation? Because obviously I want this to be a teaching moment, but I don't want to be a moment of hostility. Because let me tell you, that situation today pissed me the hell off. Because I was trying to instruct and show this person, and they wound up showing their ass to me. And it takes a lot for me to go to 0 to 100. And I'd rather have been a disrespect versus disrespect situation rather than me being calm and instructional, then turn into hostile. Because for me to be kind and to show you something means that I cared, mean that I had a sense in the heart of compassion. So you to flip that switch on me and try to embarrass me, that pissed me the hell off. And it was so pissed that I left the facility and zoomed out of that parking lot. And I don't do that in my vehicle because I wanted to get the hell away from that whole situation. And I had to come back and reflect to myself, like, damn, what how did that even start? But like I said, young black men, young men, black boys are very sensitive. And you can't tell them nothing because they feel like even if it's an instruction, you're taking a dig at their masculinity, or you're coming, or somehow you're coming at them personally. When all you're trying to do is share with them wisdom and knowledge and education directly, so that they can use it, so they won't get embarrassed when they're around somebody else. So this leads me to say, tie in Deion Sanders into this whole situation with Jackson State and Colorado. And after I did my little article or my little live yesterday, I had to think about it. Of all places, now what I read, he got offers from, what is it? South Florida University, Cincinnati, and Colorado. Now I don't know those two first that I mentioned. Maybe the money wasn't right or whatever. But to go to all the way to Colorado speaks. It just kind of intrigued me, and I was like, why? Why is he going to Colorado? You know what I mean? I'm just like, Colorado isn't the blackest of places. He's just leaving Jackson State. Jackson, Mississippi is, predominantly black. You go to Boulder, Colorado, where there's snow. Come on now. I don't know if he played for Denver Broncos at one time. I don't know. But let me just say this. He probably went through hell and back. And I told you there was a story of how they stole something out of his locker room. I mean, his office at Jackson State University. So I guess that sense of going through that drama kind of can leave a bad taste in your mouth. And I'm sure there was some other stuff that transpired. I'm sure there's people counting coins. His son is also there. So I'm sure people were taking digs at his son and all that other stuff, right? At Jackson State. You go to Colorado, things may work more fluid, may work more corporate. Not saying that Jackson State isn't corporate, but what I'm saying is when you get to certain places, you know how things there's a order to it. So he maybe wanted to be in a place that's more organized. He may want to be in a place where people ain't jealous of his success. Because let me guarantee you, people are jealous of his success at Jackson State, even from a professional standpoint situation. Also, as I talked about the whole transition from maybe it'd be harder to go from a black athlete to go from Jackson State to Colorado. But you know what? He may be more at peace over at Colorado because he ain't got so many haters. See, when you in the Northwest and know you got those kind of football fans, they congratulate you. They don't congratulate to hate on you, which I'm sure he's facing that at Jackson State. In Colorado, I'm sure they congratulate you and support you. They're not counting your pockets. You may get somebody to say, "Oh, well, you don't deserve 5 million a year. You're just coaching a football game." Da, da, da. He may say that the academic services and stuff like that at Colorado may be more in tuned and more organized. Who knows? But I also want to say he maybe get tired of dealing with the problematic athlete that he has to deal with at Jackson State. Because anybody who's black know that athletes are the first ones to show out on the sideline and go against their motherfucking coach. Excuse me, go against their coach and show up their coach. And mama be in the stands out there too, cursing out the coach too on the sideline. Maybe go to Boulder, Colorado. He ain't dealing with that. Parents know their place, students know their place, and if there's a situation with a student athlete, they know that they can't be acting out, showing out because it's team first. And we know if you deal with the schools in the hood, it's player first. And I'm not being stereotypical, but we know how it is. Okay, so I just pretty much wanted to say is I'm just tired. And let me just say this one more thing. Our black youth don't have any role models, right? I already said daddy's missing. Our black youth don't have any role models. Who 21 Savage, Drake talk about who he's screwing every line he spit out. The only positive song that he made that I remember is God's Plan. But what does that compare to the other 2,000 songs that he put out about hoes, drinking, smashing, and how he the best in the industry? 21 Savage, all he do is talk about killing, how he gonna light you up in the head. Who else? I mean, who else they got to look up to? Obama's out of the White House. So it's hard out here for these black kids to stay on the straight and narrow. But there's still no excuse for them to disrespect those who are trying to help them and turn their anger on those who are trying to help them. Because if I feel the same way, those who got the keys to the castle, which is the white people, and I'm not putting them up on the pedestal, but if they the ones that pretty much determine who get into college, who don't. If they see that a child is problematic, they're not going to deal with that in their admissions process. They're going to be, oh no, next. And everybody's always watching, especially in this social media sphere. The social media thing has been the worst thing for our youth. Why? Because it tells them that, oh, I could be callous, cold, and I could get 100 decay views. I could sit up there and knock somebody out and take their shoes, and that's what the people want. No, 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 no. That'll wind you up in jail, in the jail cell. But right now, that's what their society promotes. And let me say this last thing about Wakanda. So the whole movie Wakanda, um, Wakanda Forever, great movie, loved it, very empowering in terms of black women. But what I have an issue with is that the first Black Panther movie was about Black Panther, right? Right. The second, now not well, y'all should have seen the movie already. The second one was more towards, I feel, black women, girl power, and empowerment. And I felt that the movie left the black young boy out, out at all, because the villain was not black, right? So the black boy could not take anything from the villain. It was some Indian guy or something like that, or whatever he was, an island guy. So that moment, if a black young boy was looking for strength and motivation to be all he could be, he didn't see it in that movie. And I'm trying to remember if I'm forgetting something. And no, I don't think I am. They didn't see that in that movie. They saw it from the woman's angle, and that was great. I was happy to see that. They showed women being smart, women being powerful, women being strong, women fighting, women being warriors. I mean, the only thing you could take from a black man was they had that man that looked like a damn brute the whole time, but that was about it. So all I'm saying is, our black youth, our black men, gotta get it together. Gotta get it together. And I know this day and age, there's different people from different walks of life. Some, going to prestigious colleges. I'm not talking about them. I didn't say all. I'm not saying all black men. I'm saying from what I'm seeing, those who are in need or those who are the most vulnerable are doing the most. Got the stankiest attitudes, the most difficult to even speak with. Like that whole situation that transpired, they should have never even happened, because I was trying to teach someone something and they didn't like the way that probably I was publicly maybe teaching it. I'm not gonna spend my time to just teach you. I want to teach the whole motherfucking village. So sorry y'all. I'm gonna acknowledge who's here, but I had to say this. Hold on, detached. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What's up, your pleasure 721? Thank you for keeping your membership. I do appreciate that on this channel. And thank you for your support. What's up, Miss Magnificent? I want to say also thank you for your gesture the other day. It does not go unnoticed, and I do appreciate your magnificent support. So thank you. What's up, JALC 87 Productions? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Um, what's up, 2975? How you doing? Thank you for keeping your membership as well. I do appreciate that also. What's up, Nessa A? How you doing? Good to see you. Um, but see, William, I don't know how to take you, William, because you be over there bashing me and shit because it's the cool thing to do, but then you want to come over here and say, "Oh yeah, yeah, this is a great live, and I agree." Da da da. But you be playing in my face though, and you don't have to. And I know that you do that in order to fit in with those other people. But when you would never do what you do to me to those other people though. Right? You know, because if you treated me like you treated them, you know they will not have anything to do with you and they will black you out so bad that you will become a damn black ghost around here. So I don't know why you feel that you can play with me and that I'm supposed to sit up there and accept it. And that's the problem that I have with everybody. Everybody can feel and sense that I have a good soul upon myself, that I'm very understanding and that I'm slow to anger and that I forgive. And then you think you could just come back and play in my face once you go do what you got to do and try to embarrass me on other people's platforms, and then I'm supposed to welcome you back and accept you. That's not right, bro. That's not right. Don't treat me like that. I am not a toy. I'm not a toy. Don't play with me because I'm one of the least vicious people out here. And I see a lot of people doing that. And I know this content was focused on black youth, but your old ass is part of the black youth problem too, right? Had a whole opportunity to learn about interracial relationships. There are some people who do not see white people at all in their whole entire life, and you had the opportunity to date and marry one, and it could have been an educational moment, but you so scared or whatever it is to express that vulnerability and educate people about that experience that could have made an impact in their life. Yes, well, you can make an impact in people's life by sharing your story because times have changed. And I feel because times have changed, you hold something that's valuable, but you're too weak to share it. But you're not weak enough to sit around here and entertain the bullshit that don't mean nothing. And that's why the elders don't. That's why the young people don't respect the elders because the elders are letting down our black folks. You want to sit up there amongst the people who talk about the trashiest things, but you're holding jewels within yourself that we can learn and grow from, and that can impact people's lives. And myself, being a young man, should not be telling your old ass this. That's why our young men are hostile and angry and upset because our elders repeatedly have let them down consistently, incessantly. Now they don't even know how to act when a man tries to show that they care about them and try to educate them, they immediately put up a barrier of disrespect towards them, which then caused the person who gave a damn not to give a damn, which causes a perpetual cycle to continue over in our community. All I'm saying is, William, stop fucking playing with me like I'm a toy. I'm not a toy. I've been very gracious. I've been very kind to you, and you keep disrespecting me in my face because you wouldn't pull that crap with them other people. And you know damn well because it would be to your demise. So treat me the same way you treat them. Sorry, y'all. I just had I've been waiting for him to become a dolphin and flip flop. Anyway, like I was saying, Miss Magnificent says some of these young men and women are more hostile in today's time because there's no sense of community. There's always you competing with the next person, and that's the terrible thing about social media. There's always competition. How many followers do you have? How many sponsors do you have? Oh, you in a Bugatti? Oh wow, you in a Bugatti. Well, let me go and get this McLaren. Oh, you in the Benz? Oh wow, let me go get a G wagon. Oh, you with uh, um what's some I don't know some famous women's wear. I don't know. You in some Prada? Well, let me go get some Dolce and Gabbana. You know what I mean? So it's never everything is not good enough. Like y'all not even grateful for the fact that you live into a nation where there's not bombs blowing over your head and stuff like that, right? People think that the life that we live is supposed to be this way. They don't know nothing about no civil rights struggle. There was black and white water fountains. Black people can go to the same water fountain as white people. But they don't know there was no struggle. They just wake up and pop out of their mama's hoo ha and think that's how life was always was. No, it wasn't. They didn't know people had to pick cotton, and the only thing they know about slavery now is probably with Brittany Griner over there in China being in a penal colony having to do labor, slave labor. They didn't know people had to over here had to be slaves. You only read about it, don't know about it, and then put them in a day of hard labor. They want to cry, whine, and scream and yell abuse. And it's insane. It's insane. Unappreciative kids. All right, let me see what else y'all saying. Some are quick to react and commit violence because that's all they know. The video games, what do they do? Shoot, kill, reload, shoot, kill, reload. Like violence is glorified and it has desensitized them. They see so much that you know we didn't have access to 5 years ago. So it's desensitized them. Video games have desensitized them. They see they're giving rewards for headshots. What kind of sick video game developers said, "Oh, we're going to give you 100,000 more points if you pull off a kill shot, which is a headshot"? What? Mm, mm. Anyway, what's up, Auntie Donna, baby? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Miss Magnificent says that's CAP, peer pressure, and want to fit in. Right. But also, let's talk about it. You can't discipline your kids no more because then you wind up with Department and Children Home Services at your door, right? Oh, he slapped me on my butt. Oh, well, that's child abuse. Got to take it down to booking, or we got to take you out of the home. What? And then when you do want to discipline them, they get mad and they want to kill you, right? Insane. Gemini 75 says there's no respect for human life these days. It sure isn't. It sure isn't. You're absolutely right. Miss Magnificent says that is true. That's why I will ask my son every month a Black History question to keep his mind not forgetting Black heroes. Exactly. And then on top of that, like I told you how I feel about this whole N word. So I'm gonna tell you what happened down at the dollar store because after the dude done pissed me off, got me speeding in the damn parking lot like I'm part of Fast and Furious. I broke my healthy eating habit and I went to Domino's and got me a pizza and I went to the dollar store to go get me something to drink, right? So Lord and behold, I get up in the dollar store. It's a black woman and it's a Hispanic woman, and they getting into it because I guess the black woman had to leave the line real quick, so she came back, and the other woman thought that I don't know. She cut the line. I don't know the story. I don't know the whole story, but they was getting hot and heated up in the dollar store. So they going back and forth, right? And I felt the black woman should have left because I don't think the Hispanic woman wanted to really escalate the situation. So the Hispanic said, "Well, it do what it do, my nigga." I was like, I was like, what? What? And so then the black woman said, "Okay, well, I'll be waiting for you outside the store." I was like, that's why I hate that N word. I hate it with a passion. I hate that the fact that it's used in music. I hate that the fact that kids around here using it as if they're saying it like my brother. Because really, how in the hell now you gonna check this Hispanic woman for saying the N word when y'all up here saying it every damn day? And to be honest, I thought the whole store was gonna get tore up because the way she said it was like, oh shit. So the lady was like, "See me outside," but I don't know if she saw outside because I didn't hear no screaming and no yelling. So I guess the lady went on, but she was circling the entrance a little bit. But that's what I'm saying. Some things we don't need to popularize because you don't hear no Asian people saying that chink is a something they put in the Asian songs. You don't hear no C people saying the C word. You don't hear no Hispanic people saying the S word. We got to do better, y'all. We got to do better. So I don't blame Deion Sanders for taking us to Colorado. He probably saw. He said, "Y'all Negroes, they ain't gonna appreciate it no way." And I hate to say it like that, but that's how I feel after today. I'm trying to educate your black. Can't go ahead and be. I'll probably be cursing on the other channel. I'm trying to sit up here and educate these black people, and they sitting up here turn their back on. I mean, gonna make me look like the bad guy. Child, cannot make this up, can you? Let me see what else y'all saying. Yes, I do agree. about the disciplining children in today's time. Parents get a abuse case or unalive. I don't know what the last part was. Yeah, it's sad that you can't discipline your kids. Like everything is reasonable, right? We know if you don't turn your kid black and blue and they can't walk, well, that's abuse. But to be able to tap your child so they know right from wrong is crazy. So you want them to grow up and then at the age of 18, the first time they do something, well, not the first time, but the first time now where they can be held responsible, you want to send them to jail? Like that could have all been stopped if you allow it. And then the whole thing about the lack of presence of a religious entity in school. They don't want y'all talking about God anywhere. What? You want to let service dogs everywhere and anywhere, but you want to take the presence of God out or whatever you believe in. That don't make no sense, man. God is about morality, not about controlling people. Have a moral compass. It's insane. It's insane. It's just insane. It's like we going backwards. It's going backwards. Like for what? Like mm, mm. You alive? Oh, you alive? Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I got you. So yeah, that's pretty much what I want to say. I'm gonna drop the link real quick. In case anybody wants to come and share their sentiments about the situation, feel free to do so. But I felt like I had to say this. I know a lot of people are scared to say this, but I'm gonna say it. You know, black kids or black boys, black teenagers or teen boys or youth or whatever you want to call them, and young men are very difficult and are very not open to instruction. And like I said, it's not all of them. I know we got some people in some great educational institutions who got great careers. Okay, all right, but I'm talking about the majority, those who are trying to get out the motherfucking hood, but staying in the hood because they think that when you correct them is an issue or it's something personal when it's not. So that's who I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. Or who parents don't think their child could do no wrong, or who parents don't, I don't know. Sometimes the parents are part of the problem too. You know what I mean? You can't tell their baby nothing, but their baby up there, the main one, acting a fool and a donkey and the selfish as hell. Like it's just, mm, it's weird. It's really weird. But like I said, I'm very discouraged. I'm gonna be stoic and I'm gonna be an asshole for real, for real. Like I ain't gonna help nobody. If you got a question, I'm not gonna even answer it no more. No, no, unless I feel like I can. If you won't turn on me, but if I feel like you got a tendency to turn, no, mm-mm, nope, 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 nope. What else y'all saying? Let me see. What's up, Baps? This world gives mixed signals because there's two forces at play. It's good and it's versus evil, right? Or evil versus good. Evil doesn't want good to prevail, but good wants to prevail because I feel there are still good people on this earth. Once all the good people are gone, a majority of all the good people are gone, then evil will take over and the world will be over. That's how I honestly feel. And when they start doing this whole thing of taking God out of school and the promotion of the things they promote on social media and making it think okay, then I think that's saddened the balance on the side of evil. But God said He will always protect those who believe in Him and who cherish His word and who treat their neighbor like thyself. So don't ever feel that God is going to abandon you. It's just whether or not you abandon the ways and the virtue of the Lord. Meaning that if you see evil people winning in life, then you decide to do evil things. But do you stay straight and narrow, believing in what God promised? That's the true test. That's the true test. So that's the true test. And a lot of people see riches as something that's going to provide them pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Like if you see, oh my God, I got 50K because I did something my friend told me to do, but you know it's wrong, but they getting away with it and then you do it anyway. Then you sided with the ways of evil and giving up on the righteous way, which will be more rewarded in the end. But everybody's got a choice, right? Yeah. So yeah. Um yeah, spiritual warfare, right, Miss Magnificent, right? You know. Let me see, let me see. Anything else, y'all? Anything else? This is all I wanted to say. I didn't want to drag this out, but I did want to say this, for whoever comes across it. Gemini 75 says a lot of the cases are strung out on, excuse me, a lot of the cases of the parents are strung out on drugs and the elderly grandparents can't handle the kids. True. And that's in both black and white communities, that fentanyl epidemic and stuff like that. Yeah, this world is chaotic, y'all. I don't. It's a lot going on. That's why you have to know yourself and stay simple. And what I mean simple is mean don't be overstretching yourself financially and all that other stuff emotionally and trying to use other people to fill your emotional void by getting into relationships that you shouldn't have or having kids that you shouldn't have because you feel that's going to fill a void. No, you got to find yourself and deal with yourself because I always say the only person you can't get away from in this world is yourself, right? So you got to make peace with yourself and find out you be you. And then if you're lucky enough, find somebody who compliments you, without compromise. That's the thing. Is it gonna be easy? Oh hell no! And then people do change, right? People do change. You got a companion that you married at 20, he ain't gonna be the same person you married at 40. And maybe sometimes you gotta let that go, let that person go. And I hate to say that, but I don't think marriage is forever because we don't stay the same forever, right? And you know, that's my thoughts on that. If a person is starting to bring you down, then you might have to let them go. I mean, if they feel that they're open for treatment and to be better, then stay with them and help them, overcome their obstacle because you may have an obstacle that they help you overcome. But if they show no inclination to try to change, then their situation is bringing you down because you don't know how many times people's situations are bringing and killing other people down. You know what I mean? And in this world, you have to look out for yourself. And I mean, and when I say that, I don't mean like incessantly selfish, but you can't be putting yourself in a negative state consistently for other people because that's soon gonna wear on you, and they know who gonna take care of you. So, Miss Magnificent says, "Well, that's why I divorced him. Let me shut up. Man, you did what you had to do. And the question is, are you happy? I think marriage can be forever if the people learn to grow together and maintain a common purpose. No, I agree. I agree. But if that person doesn't want to grow, if that person doesn't want to improve, then what did you do? I think marriage is a beautiful thing if you're able to stay together forever and grow together. Obviously, there's going to be bumps in the road. People going to cheat, all that. Y'all, half of y'all can't watch the same show every night, so you can't be with the same person. You think that person going to be with you every day without looking to the east and looking to the west? And no, I'm not talking about the troll page, but I'm talking about looking to the east, looking to the west. You know what I mean? And then sometimes when people cheat, they are more appreciative of you because the person that they were cheating with is not even close to 1/4 of what you are. So just make sure they go to the STD clinic before they hop back in your bed. Um, so yeah, that's what I want to say. Let me see, let me see. Okay, I'll drop the link one more time, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't want to wear this out, but I'm very disappointed in the state of our black youth, black men, young men, you know, and things like that. Um, yeah, I really am, and it's very, very discouraging to want to help your community only to consistently have them treat you like shit. I know that's a strong word, excuse my language, but that's how I feel right now. And then, you got to be the one to maintain the composure because they always say, well, he's young. He's just a teenage. Bull. He know what he's doing. He know he's being disrespectful. We got somebody coming up to the stage. What's up, Babs? How you doing?
Hey, I finally get to be back up here again.
Yes, you back home.
Right.
And not in the alley. That's how you doing.
I'm good. I hope I don't sound too bad. I got a little bit of a cold.
Oh, you
But
good.
yeah, this topic here is one that definitely hits home because I look at my nieces and my nephews especially, and
Hmm.
it's just like what kind of world is it that they're going to be growing up into, And
Yeah.
what kind of influences do they have that are outside of their home? Because we try to maintain, positivity and
Hmm.
try to lead them in the right direction, but they have influences
Hmm.
that have nothing to do with us.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I hate to say this, Bass, but I think the world will have to crash for them to appreciate what they had and where they can go.
Yeah.
Because I think they
And
got it too good.
yeah. And then it's like what type of behavior is really rewarded in young black men?
Yeah.
Because nobody is rewarding compassion
Mm-mm.
or, in intellect and things like that. They're
Mm-mm.
rewarding violence and the
Mhm.
clapbacks and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
they aren't rewarding positivity.
And they're rewarded being an athlete, athletic. So why would I put my time in books when if I could put my time and get me a jump shot, get me some girls, some money and stuff like that, you know.
Yep.
But but we all know education is, has more longevity than athletics. So,
Yeah, I talk. That's one thing because my nephews wanted to be involved in sports, but I'm like, you have to look at like you said, the longevity of those careers. Most
mhm,
people aren't playing in professional sports, and most people who do don't play for a long time.
exactly. And even though a man is getting paid $20 million, how much of that is taken away from taxes
Yep.
and the agent fees and all the other stuff?
And how
So
many people are actually making $20 million?
depending on the sport, though,
Yeah.
you know, but it goes quick because everybody's got their hand out and stuff like that. So, but
Yep, because you'll have the same family who claim they love you sitting there basically leeching off of you for decades until you don't have anything else to give.
right. Remember when you were 4 years old and I bought you Pampers?
Yep.
So
And then when
yeah.
you don't have anything else, they sitting there clowning you like they did MC Hammer.
Mm. He
Yep.
put all the people. He gave all the people jobs and stuff. Yeah. Mm,
And then he had nothing.
right.
Yep.
That's the thing. But oh yeah. Also going back to the thing I was saying, the only world they would know would be only thing that would make this generation appreciative if they go to living life as if they were in the Ukraine right now.
If they saw how hard life really could
Mhm.
be.
Right. With no lights, no internet, food, people knocking on your door trying to take your life, that would make them appreciative.
Hopefully.
No, I think this generation is spoiled. For real, for real.
Very. And they
Yeah.
don't even realize it. We cushion people way too much overall.
Mhm. Right. So one way to let people know what the other side is like is to have all those things taken away from them.
Yeah.
And I know it may seem harsh, but what happened when you got something taken away from you when you were a kid and for a long time? Oh, you need
I
all of
was
that.
spoiled and I didn't get stuff taken away
Oh
from
Lord.
me. That didn't happen.
Mhm. Well, let me take your internet away from you for a month. You'll be more
I
appreciative on the
read.
internet. But you'll be more okay, but you'll be out of communication with your friends and stuff. So
True. I was joking. I
no,
would
I know.
definitely be impacted by not having access to the internet. Should you see how long we all on YouTube?
I know, right? I'm like, damn, this has been like a whole marathon on the other side. Like,
Yeah,
geez, Louise. Like,
that
it's
stuff get
almost
to be exhausting.
it is good. I was actually having like what they call it. Like just get hyper because I had to jump over here, jump over there, it was like, oh my, I was like, let me calm down. So yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Nelson A says, so sad. I hope they realize it before it's too late. Yeah, I agree.
Right. And another on another channel, I was sitting there talking about the whole Blueface and Krishan Rock situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they are a prime example of some of the young people from this generation, because they really get that high off of the fame and the toxicity, and they don't realize how that's going to affect them long term.
Right, but then on top of that, how are these corporations going to be able to function? Because it's going to be a shift in the workforce. So right now, I feel like the work habits, the
I don't
behavior
even
of
know what the workforce is going to look like in 20 years
yeah,
with all
robots.
the automation that's going to come.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
The robots will be making decisions. So where we gonna be then, Babs?
We going to be sitting here getting controlled by the government.
Or the robots? Oh
This going to
man.
turn into a conspiracy live in a second. But
Oh my god.
for real, once everything is automated, what happens to us?
Well, we go bye because this my greatest fear is that the robots will become autonomous, meaning that they teach themselves what to do and then form their own revolt.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yep. And then we
that is
just gone. We don't
yeah.
stand a chance because people are so divided anyway.
hmm And
Yeah.
they want convenience.
Yeah.
You
We'll be
know,
sitting here talking about robot rights and the robots sitting here trying to kill us.
the robot rights.
Yep. Be
Yeah,
like, wait, it's a person too. It has personhood. And then it's like, no, it's going to kill you.
yeah, and they talking in the back end in some secret code that we can't decipher.
Yep.
You know, because we
I done
programmed
took
it
this
to
on
do
a
that.
whole tangent.
I know, right? We just went from black rights to robot rights.
Yep. But it could happen for real.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Programming and the algorithm telling it to respond to certain conditions and then to, adapt their behavior and things like that. That's insane. You want it
Yeah.
to adapt autonomously without no human input? Well, it's going to learn and develop on its own. I actually
And then
saw.
you have things like the metaverse and stuff. People won't even
Mhm.
realize what's happening to them.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah.
of freaky stuff that's been going down in that metaverse thing. That's kind of messed up. You know what I mean? Like people, like somebody said they got the R. I'm pull a Tracy. The R word, in the metaverse. Like
Wait, what?
what?
Wait. I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, but okay. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to like put all these sensors. It's gonna be, I forgot what this. It's a certain name they got. What they're gonna try to put this bodysuit, right? And it's gonna make it more realistic. So when somebody touch
Oh.
you and all that other stuff, you're gonna feel it. So yeah,
So you can't disconnect from it?
you can. I mean, obviously, if you take it off, but like you're going to be able to
But then
feel
I
it's
guess,
like
you mentally going through something, then you probably ain't even thinking about that. So I get it.
right. You're gonna be so immersed in that people can maybe like assault you.
Yeah,
You know. So
that is crazy.
yeah, it's getting there too, and they're pushing this metaverse like no other. I'm like, what is really going on? Because this is a whole nother universe thing that we got the real world to deal with first. So
Yeah, you can see with Mark Zuckerberg why he would want to be at the helm of something like that. Facebook was like
hmm
the biggest thing for social media when it first started. And
hmm
now he wants to be at the head of whatever in the world is coming. But
yeah. Well,
yeah,
he did the bad thing of lack of diversification. So that's on him.
yeah. The most he did, he just bought what? Instagram and WhatsApp, I think.
Yeah, a
And that's about
Telegram.
it. Oh, and Telegram.
Well, he thought the personal data will always be there, but Apple set up there and changed, did something to the where restricted, where it gives Apple users the ability to turn off if they want to be tracked.
So less money.
Right, exactly. And he wasn't
Mm.
anticipating that.
Like, wait a minute. I thought I was always going to be able to sell these people's information.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I done took this in 18 million different tangents.
Okay, Miss Robot Rights.
Robot rights. But all
But
right.
but
It
thank
was
you, Babs. I
fun.
do appreciate you coming up here. So thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Take care now. That's the one and only insightful smarty Baps. All right, y'all. That's it. Thank y'all for your level of engagement. Feel free to thumbs up the live. Please subscribe. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture to $ Sir King Crown. Yeah. Hold on. Sorry. Yeah, $ Sir King Crown. It'd be tremendously appreciated. Also, thank you to those who were kind the other night. With that being said, I'm not going to give up on black youth and black teenagers and black young men. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to be as helpful. I'm gonna be more standoffish and I'm gonna be more stoic. And the sad part about it is when you are standoffish, you are stoic, and you're a little bit callous, you get more respect. And it's kind of weird, but as a man, I know how men see other men. And when you're very gregarious and you're very talkative, you don't command the same respect as if you're very, say few words and you're very stoic and things like that. So that's I got to go back to how I was because you don't disrespect Sir King. I think you're gonna get away with it and think I'm gonna continue to be like Santa Claus and be nice. No, no, no. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you once again to the one and only Bash for coming up. We really do appreciate your insight, and y'all have a good night. All right. Take care and have a great week. We may be back later because I gotta talk about the other story, that demon child. Woo! Now that's a bad behind kid. Just put her back in the toy store or whatever and lock it. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Have a good one. See y'all later.
Avatar Nation.
Bye, y'all.